Hey everybody, welcome back to Zombie Cure Lab. I hope you're having a great day today. This is the last video that I can record before we head to, well, this period of time where I'm gone, like, you know, my month away. And they have once again created another patch that has changed the balance. And I like the changes they've done, but the thing is, I don't know if I'm really going to have enough time to benefit from them, because I think this stuff is already kind of queued into my save file. So we already have super high damage output, right, for the next attack, and I don't know if I don't know if we're even going to be able to survive it as we're going. So it's possible to me, it's very possible, in fact, that I think that we'll probably just end up, you know, losing, I guess, in this video. But if we don't, it's still going to be the last one I can record before my break, and I think it's actually going to be the last one I make for this playlist. And there's a reason for that, and I want to talk about it a little bit. And it really boils down to the experience of playing a game that's in early access, that's rapidly being developed. And it's also sort of a actually, I need to upgrade these doors as well. I wish I could have all these scientists doing things during the day. We have 13 idle people, and it's because of this. So I make them to where they work the night shift, right? But I thought they only worked one shift. Turns out they can work day shift on something and night shift on something else. And so I can, for example, have day here, although I think I do want day and night for this. I definitely want only daytime for this machine because it's 110 power. And I think I also probably should have day only for this machine, for the smeltery, because it's also 100 power when it's running. So I need to have these guys have daytime jobs and not just nighttime jobs, right? And so if I just select daytime only, then some of the people who are working a different job during the night will work during the day. And that's just something that I didn't really cue into my brain, right? I just like, because I would see this and it assigns them to both. If they can't work both, then they won't assign themselves to the day shift. So they'll sit around wondering what the heck to do. And that's ultimately why that happens. So if I go like this, it's going to say that nobody can work here. But if I say only day, then we probably get some of these guys to go work it, I would think. Oh, I have to do this. There. We probably get some people to go work it. Because I'm not allowing the night, they have something else to do at night. Again, my brain did not work that way. It basically just told, I told myself with this, oh, okay, well, you know, here's the shift I want you to work, and then that's your job. And so what do you do during the day? Well, you cater to your needs during the day is what I was ultimately thinking it was going to be, but in any case, I fixed that now. But here's the other reason why. I think ultimately the game right now, it's in kind of a confused state, and that's not really ideal for me. And I say confused, not so much that I think the dev is confused. I don't think that they are. I think that it's confusing as a player to start a game with a certain set of rules and understanding of how it works, and then to have things way to the extremes, like over-corrected, if you will, to the point where it basically turned Zombie Cure Lab into a tower defense game. And that is not my genre. It's not a genre that I'm decent at, and it's also not a genre I'm ever really interested in. And so as Zombie Cure Lab became more of a tower defense game, I became a lot less interested in playing it. And that's ultimately what it was up until the patch that happened as of this recording, where supposedly they've increased the damage output for towers. I don't know if it means just this or if it means all of these, but they've increased the damage output on these things. Actually, I don't want this one to be... Hold on. I don't want this one to be the one that's upgraded. Don't upgrade this one. Upgrade the one that's like able to shoot like everything. Yeah. We have this one upgraded already, which is cool. And I believe this one's getting upgraded right now. Yep. So that opens up labor. So these two are now automated defenses. And we should have, I think, these two becoming automated defenses very soon. Right. So anyway, tower defense, not interested. Just not my cup of tea. All right. It's for some people. I got nothing against it, but I'm just not into it. and Zombie Cure Lab became a tower defense game. It just wasn't fun. I liked it better when it focused on logistics, when it focused on the research part of it, when it focused on sort of a narrative of curing the zombie illness. And the balance that it had, it was impossible to focus on that because it was impossible to freeze them and it was impossible to maintain supply. You were just, the entire game was battle here, repair, and by the time you repaired everything, you know, yeah, I'm going to see if you can even do that. I don't think you can even, he's actively repairing this and it's going down. Yeah. So we're not even able to repair fast enough, even if we're standing on the fence. And now he's, okay, we got through the gate. We're not able to repair fast enough. I believe this attack is probably spawned from my save file. Maybe future attacks will be a little bit better, but you can see that large attack, how they have 36 strength as a large attack. I mean, that is, the health is so way up there. You know, they still have it heavily about defending the onslaught. And that's fine. I have nothing against that as a game. But if it becomes all about that, not my game anymore. So what I would like to do is, for one, with this video, I'd like to see if we could even survive this large attack. And whatever happens after it. I want to see if we can even survive it. If we can, then great. But I don't know about that. The other thing I'd like to do is, again, we're only playing that. This is the last video of the playlist because I think there's more changes to come. I started this video with their supposed change log kind of displayed on the screen. So if you want to see sort of what they're planning to bring and you don't really care to go to, like, you know, the Steam forums or whatever, you can just go back to the first couple seconds of this video and you can see what they're on about. And all of those changes sound fantastic. It sounds like it's going to add more depth to the game. It sounds like it's going to add a whole lot of new systems and lots of integrations and maybe some more exploration. Hopefully, I would hope anyway, some more story elements to where I can have a better feeling of what's going on in the world and how I'm actually impacting it. Because at the moment, the only thing impacting is zombie hammers against my solid metal gates and me not even being able to get there fast enough to repair it before it goes down, which is basically what's happening right now. It's impossible to get to these gates fast enough to repair them. It just is. And we're at the point now where we're absolutely going to go down here. So I think we're going to see some people get converted tonight, if you will. We're going to see some people get converted right now. Even the closest gate, we barely got there in time, and I'm not even entirely sure that matters because even though we're actively repairing it, it is still dropping overall. So I'm going to say it's probably not happening. This dude decided not to go into the hiding locker, so he gets converted because he just decided not to go in. And now we're left with this problem, where the doors are super weak and we can't repair them, of course. So now everybody should be going into lockers instead of hiding like this. And everybody's already in the lockers, I guess. So now we're going to be, retreating to this side. And this room is now completely invalid because the doors are broken down. So I won't be able to convert any of my ice cubes until I fix the doors. It looks like we lost like 3 or 4 zombies. Lost like 3 or 4 people last night, so that sucks. We're gonna go into here. I'm gonna grab and replace them all with these guys. Then I want to grab, I think, iron. Yep, we need to grab. Can't click through. Oh, right, we have this many people. Yeah, and then I think we'll send the helicopter there. So I have to have, if I want to repair anything. Are you chasing still? Okay. I was like, hey, it's daytime, dude. All right, get out of here. I want all hands on deck and repair. Everyone repairs. And then to get more people in here on these jobs, I just need to select daytime. And then they'll occupy the slot. And that's just because Otherwise, they won't occupy that slot if they have a nighttime job. That was the problem. It looks like we have a disconnect with our power. The line is running, but the power pole is gone. So let's get the power pole back. I think it was here, right? It looks like it was here. We're gonna say it was here. We'll have that built so we can reconnect our power up again. There we go. Looks like we lost some of our defenses. That's going to make things even more challenging. I don't believe we need this. That can go. We can replace this area with another automated defense, I suppose. So we can go in and say, yeah, automatic snowball shooter. That's a lot of electronics, so pass. We'll just do it this way instead. Yep, it'll be here and here. That's where it needs to be. This is still an invalid room until they fix the door. So have the door fixed, please. And then we'll also have the wall fixed as well. They won't be able to go to bed until this is... I hope they change this. If I had to list some things I hope they consider changing. And this is their game, right? So like I'm not authority at all. I'm just observing and saying this would be nice. And you know, if they change it, they change it. If they don't, then again, it's their game. I would very much like it if they would make it to where these rooms still work, even though these doors are repaired, are down. Invalidating the entire room and making it so that nobody can use these beds because there's a door down, that sucks. That's really stupid. Same thing with like basically every room in this game. We're not processing ice right now because the door is broken. That needs to change. The doors being broken down should not invalidate an entire room. That's just my opinion. It's kind of a silly mechanic. I hope they consider fixing that. Yeah, I mean, I have metal walls and it's gonna suck down all my metal, so I'm not gonna be able to repair it. I think I need to halt production of electronics so that I don't eat all my metal, so that I can repair the wall. And it looks like we have no zombies after the large attack, thankfully. But those two attacks were already kind of like pipped into my save file. I think ultimately I would have a better experience playing this game if the rules of the game weren't changing as I play, if that makes sense. I mean, I hope it makes sense, because like at the moment it's like very confused as to like what's the best course of action to take. What should I do instead, right? And thankfully this thing just needs repairs and not completely broken, because they almost completely destroyed this. I should move these over. Can I move this over one? Yeah, one level. Move that here, because that's a very expensive thing to replace. So I'm going to see if I can't get people moving this. Let's just say all of the scientists are just, yeah, working there during the day. That's it. So I want to move this over. And then if I can do that, then I can go ahead and put this to here. There we go. I really want to be able to say, you do this. Like RimWorld, where I can just say, go do this right now. I would love that ability, but this whole like sort of the game chooses its own priorities thing, it's just meh. You know? So if I had to change a second thing, it would be that. I definitely, and I guess, you know, they're already looking at, you know, changes and patches in the future. There's feature requests or features coming. What is going on here? The doors are built. So is it really about the wall now? So you have to fix the walls and the doors? Also stupid. Like, it's just not cool. Like, they need to, I want it fixed to the point where like you don't completely invalidate rooms, because otherwise their needs are not being met until we get somebody to repair those rooms. And it becomes more important to repair doors of your bedroom than it is to repair the main defenses. Right? And I guess that would be where my my third requested change would be, and that would be to make the days slightly longer, right? You can make the nights longer to go with it too. That's fine. But I mean, there just isn't enough time to repair all the damage. And I guess if you make the nights longer, then they'll probably do more damage. So maybe it all equals out, but it's I don't know. I don't know how you can balance that part, because quite honestly, I'm just not a fan of the whole constant raids every single night and repairing everything every time. I'm not a tower defense player. So that would be, I guess, where I stop on my bitching. There's no other way to say it. Like, I stop on my complaining at that point. And I know that most of the people who will play this game and have like ideas on what I could do differently and all that, you have to keep in mind that this game, from the time I started playing it, the rules of engagement have changed 4 times for me throughout the course of the series. Balance changes have changed the way I have to play the game 4 times in the same playlist. And it's sort of like, like, I don't know. Like, that's my core problem, I think, at this point, is I'd like to let the game mature a little bit. I'd like to play it. I think it's a really cool concept, and I want to play it. But I think I want to let it mature a little bit. Let it figure out who it wants to be. You know, do you want to be tower defense? Are you trying to be? Do you want to have economics elements? Do you want to have research elements that lead to some sort of income chain? Do we need more workers? Are we sending workers to Moose? Okay, so if I'm sending workers to Moose, can I at least capture more workers? Right? They seem to have gotten that part a little bit sorted. I was able to freeze 3 of them last night on that attack. So we are able to convert some humbies. That part has returned due to the damage output of these. Personally, the gates should be stronger, in my opinion. They go down way too fast because the damage output of the entire mob is calculated against the gate, instead of it being like the people who are the zombies who are actually close enough to hit the gate. It's the whole mob, and it melts. The gates melt before I can do anything about it. Like, a giant metal gate should be able to hold zombies off, in my opinion, but it's a balancing thing, right? Okay, anyway, I don't want to, like, I don't want the entire video to be Charlie's telling us what he wishes for the game. I want us to talk about things that are, I guess, maybe a little bit more happy, a little more upbeat. And I think the theme of the game is fantastic. It's got a lot of stuff going for it. I do like the idea of like freezing and converting as opposed to just like trying to kill them for good. I do like that. And I'm gonna try to. I'd like to get this. I'm trying to get this automated defense all the way in, so that I can complete that fence right there. And in order to do that, I think I have to move this far away for starters. So I'm gonna move it over here for now. There we go. And then I want this. Let's make it a metal one. Why not? We're gonna put a metal fence right there, and let's have that metal fence be the top priority for a second. And then I can put the snowball shooter back once that's done. I can put it back. Just waiting. Done. Okay, so let's take and put you back right over there, like so. And that be a main thing. Okay. So now we have what? Did we get automated here, or is it still snowball shooters? No automated, probably because of the lack of electronics. That makes sense. I'd like to go in like this and see if I can get 2 more electronics, iron, wood. Yeah, basically all of the essentials here, and just sort of. I'd rather have these than. I'd rather have the superfood than the cooked vegetables, right? Okay. The next regular attack is here. 36 zombies at 28 damage. This should be a lot easier to defend because they don't hit as hard. And I'm still trying to move this. Nobody's done it yet. What? Why? Why haven't you moved it? You should have the resources. It was already built. You just had to move it, you dummy. Apparently they decided to do something else with it. They must have done something else with those resources. Like they took the electronics somewhere else. So I just lost one of my automated defenses. That sounds fun. But this is an okay night to lose them, I suppose. We're only down 60 power. I do want to start getting microchips built again. It's just kind of like... We'll turn this back on. We'll have one of them work the night shift. We should have enough power to have that one machine run during the night. And I'm not sure what you're doing. Yeah, there you go. Get out there. Okay, can we get repairs? Beautiful. Okay, what in the heck? What? You were repairing this. And it's not even destroyed yet. Hold on, stop. It's not destroyed. What are you... Why did you abandon that? There was nobody in the base. Okay, well, I'd like that fixed too. Okay, so, and the thing is, these resources to repair, I would love to have some kind of station that I could put maybe over in this side or whatever. I really want a station where I can just grab repair resources and go and do it. So I guess the next thing I would probably change if I did another playlist would be, I would, assuming the balance remains the same, which I hope it doesn't, is I would plan the location of this main storage, which is the one place they absolutely have to go every single time. I would either position the main storage very close to wherever my front gate is. So I would position my whole base with the idea that I'm going to do that in mind. Or this is going to be a problem where we just constantly have to repair like this. And then the only valid tactic in a game like this, especially if you have tower defense, the only valid tactic in a tower defense game, which is one of the reasons why I dislike them, is you have to make a maze. Or at least this really long, silly path where all of the enemies get hit by things as they walk towards another destination. And that kind of idea kind of gets thrown out the window when they attack the regular fences as well as the gates. Like, these guys are going to take down this fence, even though there's no way that this helps them, you know? Did we get this repaired? We easily held our own on this one. I would like this to be completed. We should have everybody focusing on the weakest links, hopefully. Yeah, weakest. 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 Nobody's even running this one. I don't know why. Because he's sleeping. He's sleeping. I need to give these guys more things to play with. And so I'm thinking I'd like to merge the skill training room. I think I would do it like this. I'd merge it from here and bring it probably out this far at least. Kind of like that. Which of course invalidates the entire room. So while they're working on this, we can't have any of their needs met. So the entire idea of an invalid room, I want that changed. That's kind of what I'm getting at. Because otherwise, none of this stuff is useful until that happens. I think these guys are able to do it because they were already doing it, but nobody new will queue up a need. And so while construction is pending, they can't use it. I think it's probably a good idea also to put in a door on this side of the room. So we'll put in a door there. There we go. All right, room's back to being valid. And with that, we could probably upgrade some of these doors too to make them stronger. So we'll say that one's updated. This one here is already updated. The one that back's updated. Okay, good. This side, this door should be upgraded too. And are you saying you can't reach this? Object unreachable. Why? Oh, hang on. What? Still, why is it unreachable? Is this not safe? Oh, maybe the resource that you need, the resource you need to get to work isn't reachable. That's right. Yeah, done. Okay. So with this room done, looks to me like I probably should just upgrade the whole room. Which means I'll need to go into skill training room and I'll need to maybe say this upgrade tool. Yeah, and we can put this like along this side. Like this wall can get upgraded specifically, and then maybe this wall over here could be upgraded too. What I really want to do though here, and I'm hoping it doesn't take too much metal. I only have 83 left. It's the toy oven. Yeah, I'd like to give them a toy oven. We'll put one here and then put one here. No, not there. We'll put one there. I just want to make sure there's enough room to walk around. So a couple of toy ovens will help the level 2 humbies with their play needs. There we go. It helps them better than the table does. So eventually we'd want to probably just have nothing but these, but the tables are nice because 2 of them can use them at once. And then I think I want to start pulling some people off jobs. We still have 6 and 2 on these guys that say they're idle, but not all of them are actually idle. They're just sitting here doing nothing because their jobs aren't queued up. So like this, like they have a job. It's just that they're not currently doing anything. So like this guy here, for example, I don't know why he's standing here. Is this... Oh, wow. No, this is how this is supposed to work. Thanks. Did I do that with anything else? It doesn't look like it. Pretty much everything is night. Okay, so we're getting close to nighttime. We have a large attack coming in, and it is probably going to wreck us super badly. But if we can survive this, and I think the base is sufficient to continue surviving and thriving and pushing forward. I'll have to to be honest, I'm gonna have to reevaluate kind of everything, right? So when I get back from the vacay, I'll take a look, and you know, if somehow I'm looking at it and I'm thinking to myself, okay, the changes are cool, you know, things have evolved, the game's matured a little bit, and I think I should continue with the same save, then maybe we'll just continue and pick up where I left off here, and that's fine. All right. 59 zombies are coming in. The large attack is here. We still don't have this automatic defense because we still don't have the 25 electronics. I'm actually going to let this dude work during the night to try to get me those electronics so I can maybe get that happening. We did manage to get one of these automatic shooters done. So that's pretty cool. At least we have one of them done. I don't see the amount of damage that it causes. The game does not share with you, at least it doesn't appear to share with you, the actual damage that these machines will do, unless you look at them from this menu. I kind of wish they would be in this mouse over. There's so much room here. Like, what's this? Notification area? How about we move this ice pack thing over here and give me other statistics about it right here? Like, it's a lot of space there for that. I'm looking at the build though. If I go to defenses, and the automatic snowball shooter does 150 damage compared to this one, which does 70. So upgrading these is a super good thing because they use double the ice per shot, but they do more than double the damage at the expense of more power, of course. So we have 2 automatics instead of 3, which I should have had 3, but whatever. And then the freezing tower, I want to kind of see what this thing is doing. Can I see what the freezing tower causes right now? Supposedly does 2,000 damage now instead of 1,000. Uses 12 ice per shot to do that. So the freezing tower should be a lot better, right? It should be a ton better at doing its job like this. But I don't know, like the tiny little pew-pew that it does, I can't really... I want to know what target it has so I can see the difference between the shot. Stop. Okay. So I want to see what the difference is. So 54, 750. Jesus. Like 2,000 damage doesn't matter if you're going to do 2,000 damage every 7 seconds. It doesn't matter when the total health of the unit is over 54,000. You know? It's just wild. And I didn't even see it go down on that shot. So I don't even know what the freezing tower is really doing. I wish there was a way to better see the effectiveness of the weapons. We've got 2 blocks, 2 ice cubes there. Are we going to survive this, though? Are we low on power or what? Oh, this. He's inside. How did you get inside? Oh, no. Oh, no, you broke through this. Well, Everybody's now, yep. So everybody is now running away. They got through the side wall over here. So now everybody gets to just run away into the buildings that have, I guess, updated. It's got updated doors, but how much does that gonna matter? 900. Yeah, we're kind of screwed. I think we probably could have survived if this wasn't where they broke in, right? If they didn't break through this, I think we would have been okay. But it's you know, they didn't go after the gates this time. Well, they did, but once they break through over here, they no longer have to go through the gates. And so we do have these guys that are kind of safe, right? They're able to stay in this little airlock area here that separates them. This area here is still safe. So if I was to play this again, I think one way to maybe play it a little bit, and it is kind of tower defensey, but is to create these separate sections everywhere to where your workers are sort of blocked off from the rest of the base, or sorry, defenders. So if anyone's going on defense, the defensive structures are not in the same section, I think. All is lost. The zombies took over your lab. They finally got all your scientists. Yeah. So again, I think in the way the game has progressed, where I had a fairly good understanding about what was to be expected with the game. I had clearly defined rules with the game, especially when I had the devs on for the first episode. But like, they've changed the balance 4 times since then, and in extremes. And I think to the point where there was just no way I was going to be able to recover. So one of the things I think I would like to do with this game, which is a little different than we've done before, because I don't normally end playlists in failure, but this is the last video I could make before I leave anyway. So what I'd like to do is watch the game and see how it progresses, see how it matures with all the features that they're looking to implement and all the balance tweaks. Let the game figure out what it wants to be. All right. Does the dev want it to be a tower defense game, or do they want it to be something with more depth? That's ultimately where what my question is, right? It's not a big deal if they want it to be tower defense. If they want it to be this thing where you have to make a giant maze for zombies to flow through with lots of defenses and towers, if that's what he wants, then more power to him. I wish him the best of luck on his game. I just simply won't be playing it because it's not for me. But if you want something with a bit more depth, a bit more economy with it, a bit more exploration, a bit more, you know, the things that are in that roadmap at the start of the game, at the start of the video there, when that stuff gets in, maybe it will feel a little more mature. Maybe it will feel a little bit more balanced, a little more full. And at that point, I think I'm probably ready to visit it again. But let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments. I know there's a lot of things I could have done differently here. But again, you have to realize that the things that were done here were done with plans in the future in mind, under a different balance as the understanding. And so once you get past once you change that up, you change the rules, now you change how I have to play it. And I've already established the base. So what do I do with that? Yeah, anyway, so that's going to do it for me. That's going to do it for Zombie Cure Lab. I think instead of posting these one per week, I'm just going to throw them at you like daily until they're done. So I'll probably have this done before the end of the year. And then we'll just watch the game develop. And if it looks like it's worth visiting again, at least from my own perspective, if it looks like they've gone away from the tower defense mindset on this a little bit more, then I think I'll revisit it. And we can take a look see what the new Zombie Cure Lab is at that time. Okay, so I hope there's something else on the channel that you find interesting. We have over 2,800 videos here. Thanks for watching. We'll see ya. Bye bye.